What's going on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Fall, and welcome to Wrestling News Co. Here I am with Tommaso Ciampa. How you doing today?
I am fantastic, man. This has been a great week. I brought the family out. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my God. And of course, last year you were on the WrestleMania card, and now here we are. Huge ladder match. The goal, obviously, your entire career. We want to end up at WrestleMania. How does that feel?
Dude, it's nuts that it's 40, it's Philly, city of brotherly love, underdog city. Like, it's good for the DIY story.
Yeah.
It's cool for me. I mean, we've been with WWE 9 years now, so to finally get to that first WrestleMania makes it mean a whole lot more.
And then your music. How do you feel about that? And plus the fact that everyone keeps comparing you now to D-Generation X.
Yeah, dude, the DX stuff was a lot of fun considering coming up trained by Hunter and Sean so much at the Performance Center in NXT. So that's cool. We got a little nod to them planned for Saturday, so that'll be a lot of fun too. It's just been a great time all around.
How do you make a ladder match stand out at WrestleMania? Because, of course, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, we've had the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, there's so much. How do you make yours be remembered?
Well, I think, as far as I know, at least this is the biggest ladder match they've ever had in WWE.
Yeah.
12 dudes, like, that's absurd. So that alone, the idea that there's two sets of titles hanging up there, that's twice the ladders for that. There's a lot of cool stuff that could be done, so hopefully we wow people.
Now, how do you think you can transition your character from NXT, like Goldie, and you kind of a little psycho, a little scary at times? How do you think that could ever transition to the main roster? Because sometimes when NXT superstars get brought to Raw and SmackDown, they get tweaked a little bit. And when they get tweaked, people who have been watching you go, well, that's not the guy I fell in love with.
Yeah, it's all evolution of characters. Like, if I walked into NXT on day one and I was Blackheart, I don't know that it would have transcended and worked. But when you're part of an underdog tag team, best friends, there's a turn there, there's reason for hatred. So, I mean, we're in a lot of ways, we're setting the same layers and bricks on the main roster. So hopefully the day does come where I can bring out that side of me, because that is my most comforting side for myself.
It was quite scary to see, because you won the championship, you had a great run with Johnny in NXT, and then you got hurt. And then there's videos and vignettes of showing you with your child. It was so emotional. Suddenly we're like, this guy's a piece of shit. And then we're like, well, but this guy's an amazing dad. Like, how does that feel? Because obviously your character on TV is one thing, but the real person is completely different. Yeah,
there was a conversation about that, because the idea was I broke my neck, I had to get surgery. They were going to document it, not knowing if we would use it or not. They watched it, and it was a weird dilemma of, this is really good, we should use it, but boy, does this kill the character. But we also knew the character had to evolve, so by the time I would come back, it'd be a different character anyways. I think there's still a lot of groundwork to be laid with the Blackheart persona. It's just a matter of getting back there storyline-wise.
Yeah. Let's hope the copyright doesn't pop up and then you attack Johnny after winning the tag team titles at WrestleMania. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
I think we're closing the show with The Rock on.
Well, you know what, Rock, Mr. TKO, why don't you calm your ass down, all right? But also, in sadder times, Bray Wyatt passed away last year, and I watched a documentary. About 4 minutes in, I am hysterically crying, looking for my kids to hug them. And as a father yourself, what did Bray Wyatt mean to you?
Yeah, dude, so he was like, the best way to describe him is a dude who you come up to and you feel like you've known him forever, because he makes you feel that way. Like, for instance, the first time I ever met him, he greeted me with a warm hug. We talked for about 15 minutes, and when I walked away, I questioned myself. I was like, maybe I've met him before, like maybe we've talked before. Like, he made me feel like we were just best buddies. So he was one of those guys where, like, everybody was like, you hear like a wrestler's wrestler or a brother on the road, like that was Bray. Family guy, just a good dude to be around.
And of course, one final question. This coming weekend at WrestleMania, you're in a huge matchup, but what is your favorite WrestleMania match or moment that you are not involved with?
I mean, I haven't been involved in any, so there's
plenty. Well, coming up, but I'm saying in the past.
I will say Kofi Mania meant a lot to me, because we came up together, we trained together way back in the day. I mean, watching Brian have his moment at 30, it's almost like every 10, right? 10, 20, 30, you always get that big triumphant babyface moment. Those are the ones that jump out the most at me, because there's so much story and emotion into those.
Well, I am so pumped for this weekend. The ladder match is going to be outstanding. You know, people think other matches might steal the show, but 12 men crashing through ladders and possibly tables and maybe some chairs, I think that is going to do it. And, you know, also, people think the Hardy Boys might be here. What do you think?
You just turned it into a TLC, so I like that.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, or just us. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun.
Either way, thank you so much, though. Congratulations, because you're going to win the championship.
Yeah, hopefully.